Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Natalie Fee, and tonight we're going to be looking ahead to what not to miss at the weekend, which of course, it being Thursday night, the 22nd of January, means it's the opening of the Slapstick Festival here in Bristol, which is why I'm coming to you from the Watershed and why I'm joined by this gentleman, Chris Daniels. Hello.
Hi Natalie, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Now Chris is the director of the Slapstick Festival. We're going to be catching up with him later on in the show, but first of all, let's see what else is coming up. First of all, we'll hear from Sara Blacks with her top 10 things to do this weekend here in Bristol. Then I'll be talking to Slapstick Festival director Chris Daniels. Then after the break, I'll be over at the Tobacco Factory talking to Kate Dimbleby about her new show, Who is Dory Previn? Then finally, I catch up with Aardman Animation's co-founder Peter Lord about his involvement with the Slapstick Festival. All that coming up in the show tonight, but first of all, let's hear from Sara Blacks with her top 10 things to do in Bristol this weekend.
Hello and welcome, people of Bristol. You having a good week? Now, this is my Thursday's top 10. There's something else I need to tell you about, actually, that we've got running at the moment. On our Facebook, Made in Bristol TV, we've got a competition going on. All you've got to do is like it to be entered. Now, the prizes are a fab cocktail making class and a meal for two at the Bristolologist. Now, get down, have a look, like it, you never know, you might win. Now, going on to my top 10. At number 10, it's the Jongleurs Comedy Club, and they're holding their stand-up night. Now, that's on the waterfront, and it's a weekend comedy. So, it's showing Mark Oliver this week, and the tickets are on the website, but you can actually go to Jongleurs and collect them from there. The doors open at 7, and the show starts at 8:45, so why don't you go and grab yourself a bit of a laugh? At number 9, now it's Slapstick time. I have been telling you all about this festival all week. Now, it's down at the Watershed and they're showing a film called The Elephant in the Room. Now, it's a story about the childhood star, Baby Peggy. Now, at number 8, brilliant foodie deal for you guys. It's 20% off all food down at the Flavour Sensation, which is on Park Street. Now, this offer ends on the 31st of January, so you've got a week to go. Okay, at number 7, I've got the 10th annual Adventure Film Festival. Now, this is at the Cube, and it's running over 2 nights. At number 6, okay guys, I've got Dub Soul at number 1, Harbourside. Now this starts at 9:30. Dubstep itself originates from Bristol, and Dub Soul reminds us of that. Now, you'll need to check their website out. Yoga classes are at Long Ashton, at Long Ashton Community Centre. Now, every Friday, the classes start at 10 o'clock. And it costs £8. So they've got a fantastic website yet again, but have a little look at it and go and zen your brain. Anyway, at number 4, I love this. I reviewed it today. It's the Mobile Guitar Tuition Concert. Now, after their huge success last year, they did a massive concert then. They do this student concert every year, which is brilliant. Coming in at number 3. Now, I've told everybody about this, so I'm going to tell you again about it. It's the Warhorse, and it's still playing at the Hippodrome. They're starting at 7:30. I don't think, really, there's anything better than this production. It is absolutely amazing, and the puppetry in it is absolutely out of this world. At number 2, guys, okay, Who is Dory Previn? This is a little bit of a story going on down at the Tobacco Factory, and it's about starring the singer-storyteller Kate Dimbleby. Now, it starts at 8, and there's tickets still online, and there are tickets at the box office, and they start off at £9. Now, at number 1, I like these guys. I have mentioned them a couple of times. So on Friday night, it's the House Magicians at Clown's Smoke and Mirrors down at Denmark Street. Now, this starts at 7 o'clock, but the show starts at 8. This is a fantastic magic bar. I love it. Personally, I love it. These guys at the moment are rating the number 1 thing to do by TripAdvisor. So that just says it all, really. Now, that is your roundabout, guys. I've got the weekend roundup tomorrow, which is going to be so full of things. Don't leave me. Same place, same time. I'm going to send you back over to Jack and Nat. I will see you soon, guys. Take care.
Thanks for that, Sara. Loads happening, so make sure you get involved if any of those events take your fancy. And if slapstick is your thing, if silent comedy is your thing, if comedy doubles are your thing, then this weekend, Bristol is indeed the place to be. Isn't that right, Chris?
Absolutely. This is the place to be. Here, Watershed and the other venues over Bristol over this weekend, yeah.
Yeah, well, Chris, thanks very much for being on the show. And of course, it's a huge weekend for you. Now, how much planning goes into the Slapstick Festival?
Well, people say to me, they say, what do you do for the rest of the year? Because it just happens in January, like I might take 6 months off. But, we've got 19 events. Each one of them is unique, really, with a special guest usually, and it's designed to be a one-off special thing for Bristol. So it takes me all year, pretty much, really, with quite a small team, but we work really hard and we bring what we hope is going to be a fantastic programme to Bristol. So, yeah, it takes a lot of preparation, really.
Yeah, well done, and it's all culminating this weekend. Now, what year are we in now of the Slapstick Festival? How many years has it been running for?
This is the 11th year. I think people are getting confused because it started in 2005 and it's 2015, so people are saying it's 10 years this year, but we had celebrated that last year. It's 11 years, so it's a lot of programmes really, and a lot of silent films to watch, yeah.
Well, congratulations to you. I mean, that's a sustainable festival, and it looks like it's going from strength to strength. I mean, you've got some fantastic names in, haven't you? I mean, I'm sure you did last year as well, but you've got like Vic and Bob and Victoria Wood and people like that.
It's incredible, really. I can hardly believe it when so many people are so keen to be involved in the festival and so passionate about it too. So, as you say, Victoria Wood, she hosted our gala 2 years ago, and she wanted to come back and talk about her passion for Gloria Swanson. And Griff Rhys-Jones, he hosted a gala for us a few years ago, and he, with the sad passing of Mel Smith, and us having a double acts theme this year, wanted to come back and talk about his partnership with Mel Smith too. So we've just got this amazing group of people coming, and you can't see them anywhere else. Like those people, Griff Rhys-Jones isn't performing on stage anywhere other than at Slapstick. Victoria Wood isn't performing on stage anywhere other than at Slapstick. Vic and Bob, they're not performing on stage anywhere but at Slapstick. So Bristol's got something very special with this festival, I think.
Yeah, that's really, really fantastic. And later on we'll be hearing from Peter Lord, because obviously you've got Aardman Animations involved as well. So how did that relationship come about?
Some years ago I spoke to Peter, and we had shared a common sort of love for stop motion, and we looked at some old silent films that had stop motion in, and we then started talking about what the influences were for Morph, and him loving silent comedy and Buster Keaton, and we had this mutual interest. And Aardman came on board as sponsors, and they've been sponsoring us for every year since. So they've been our biggest and longest sponsor and biggest supporter. And the Slapstick office is in Aardman, so they sponsor us. They give us an office at Aardman. So we wouldn't be here without Aardman Animations, and they're just great support. And we love having Pete and Dave and Nick come to the event, really. It's just a joy to have them around.
A fantastic relationship, really good. So let's talk about some of the things that are happening now. What are your personal highlights happening over this weekend?
I always love the gala. Friday night there's a gala, so tomorrow night at Colston Hall we've got a gala. Chris Addison's hosting that. We've got a full orchestra with a new score for a Buster Keaton film, and we've got 2 other shorts. And one of the shorts, which is a Laurel and Hardy silent film called Big Business, it's their funniest silent film, is being accompanied live on the piano by, prog rock god and keyboard legend Rick Wakeman. Wow. So we just got this incredible ensemble for one night only at Colston Hall, and it sells out every year, so it should be a big success. Yeah. And hearing 1,800 people laughing at a classic silent film with live music, there's nothing quite like it. It's just a joy, really.
Yeah, and we're so blessed here in Bristol to have the fantastic venues that we have, because we've got stuff happening. So the Vic and Bob thing's at the Old Vic on Sunday, isn't it? Yes. I mean, that sold out quite a while ago. I know that did. Sold out. And
even might get returns, I guess it's possible for that. Yeah.
And there's things happening for kids as well, isn't it? Because earlier on today, or sort of earlier in the show, we caught up with Peter Lord, and we'd been talking about Morph and Chaz as part of the Seeing Double. Yeah. There's a Morph and Chaz event for children as well, I think.
Yeah, there are 2 events. There's a Cine Kids event on the Saturday, so this coming Saturday, and they're showing some nice classic clips of Morph, and that's a lovely thing for kids and families to come to. And there's also a workshop where children can make their own Morph too, working with Jim Parkin, I think, the model maker animator. So there's something for everyone, and people think of silent comedy as being this sort of classic 1920s stuff. That's true, it did happen then and it's really important, but also Morph is a silent comedy creation too. So we look at everything, and the same with visual comedy with Vic and Bob, and we've got Morecambe and Wise, and we've got Gloria Swanson. We're looking at a whole range of performers and people coming.
Yeah, it really is a jaw-dropping lineup, and I think we're so lucky here in Bristol, even for the kids, to have that access to come and make morph with the co-founders of Aardman Animations is just fantastic. Well, that's all we've got time for, Chris, on the first part of the show. Thank you so much for being on the show, and all the best with the festival.
Yeah, no, pleasure. Great.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. I look forward to checking some of it out. The website is slapstick.org.uk. Stay tuned. After the break, I'll be at the Tobacco Factory talking to Kate Dimbleby about her show, which is happening this weekend in Bristol. And of course, I'll be catching up with Aardman Animations co-founder Peter Lord. Stay tuned.